What's going on, everyone? Daniel here. It's time to review Fear the Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 9, titled Los Muertos. Spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 2 minutes to recap it. Then I'll give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thank you so much for joining me. Last week it returned. It was a full Nick episode. Now we have a little Madison, Strand, Alicia, all that good stuff. Ophelia. We have everybody back except Travis and Chris. They're going to be in next week's episode. I think Chris is going to die. That's just me thinking a little bit. I don't know. Travis is my favorite character, but man, Madison was crazy. I just noticed she has a southern accent a little bit. Just a little bit too much. I think she tried a little too hard with that southern accent the most this episode, maybe. So that's a little something there with her tequila craze with Strand. Anyway, link down below to my reaction to this episode, as well as my fall 2016 TV show review schedule, which I'm reviewing up to 43 shows for you guys. It's all announced down there in the description in that video, as well as my latest movie reviews, including Don't Breathe. Anyway, enough noise about that. Here we go with a recap for this week's Fear the Walking Dead. So Nick wakes up to a pleasant surprise. He sees this guy sacrificing himself, going into this pit of walkers. He ends up getting killed. And Madison and this group are searching for Travis, and they're searching for supplies. They're going everywhere around Mexico, that area there where they're at. And Abigail's gone. The boat's gone. We don't know where it went, where it's going. Probably got still on two legs and said, I'm getting the fuck out of this place, man. I'm going to that Walking Dead, that coast over there in Georgia, man. That's where I'm going. So there's a bunch of, looking for that. Abigail's gone, and Nick and this girl are covered in blood. I do not have the girl's name there, but she is a abuelita. I think I just called her a grandma, actually. That's wrong. I failed Spanish in school, but I actually passed. I passed Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. That's weird. I didn't even do any work in there, so thanks, teachers. Anyway, Nick and the girl are all covered up in blood. They're going to go to a Sam's Club or wherever now, where they trade, and then they end up going in and they get like a cart of whatever they need of medicine or food, which is a really cool thing, how that system works there. So they're going there, they're at the storage, and they're shopping, and they get a lot of water. Basically, Nick ends up getting tackled because he stole this sort of candy, and this candy is actually at my local store. Actually, it's a real candy, where the guy ends up grabbing him, and the guy's threatening to cut off Nick's hand. And I was thinking to myself, oh, well, Rick didn't get his hand cut off in The Walking Dead. Are they going to kind of transition it here and get Nick his hand cut off and stuff just for fun that were not there? I thought it would have been cool if Nick would have got his hand cut off. Honestly, I really think that would have been something fun. He ended up talking his way out of it and kind of, doing a deal with the guy. I believe his name was Marcos. I may be wrong about that, but they said something about Marcos and Narcos. And then they end up getting an extra cart of water. So Alicia and Ophelia are collecting the supplies in this hotel, or this big hotel resort. And they end up seeing this hanging man. He's in the shower and everything. They put a do not disturb sign. Obviously, they switch it to that on the door. Madison is drunk with Strand, and Strand's talking about how he would hit on her and everything one day because he's a seducer and stuff like that. So Nick made a deal again with the guy, and Ophelia is missing. Alicia got out of the shower. She comes out. Ophelia, where are you, Emilio? And she's looking around and stuff. And all of a sudden, it got me good in my reaction. She goes out to the balcony. All of a sudden, a body falls. And I'm thinking to myself, that scared me for one thing. I was like, oh no, Ophelia, bye. I'm off this show, dude. Low ratings, bye. She just went down, man. She went downhill. But no, we haven't found Ophelia yet. So, I don't know. Ophelia's somewhere. Who knows with that. So a bunch of the walkers, if I say zombies, I end up getting butchered. So walkers, they're all falling everywhere and everything, and they're still alive when they hit the ground, which is a really cool thing. Nick and the others Nick and a bunch of these people in the community are at this meeting, and the guy is like, we are the chosen one, we are the chosen one. They're basically this cult, and I've seen this storyline 1,000 times done before. I've seen it before in the last ship last year in season 2. We are the chosen ones, we survived the virus and stuff. But the guy does have a good point. He did get bit in this area, a zombie bite, and he's alive. So that's what's interesting. That is the interesting thing. But also, I don't like the idea of we're the chosen one, we're the ones that, because it's been done 1,000 times before. So at the end, Strand and Madison are stuck at the bar, and the walkers are coming in towards them. But they got, they got stuff in front of them and everything. But how long will they last? No one's there to save them. Ophelia's missing. Alicia's having her own problems. So anyway, let's get on to the pros and cons. Probably the most exciting thing of the episode, besides Madison getting drunk, woo, is the walkers falling off the building. I enjoyed that a lot, man. Again, it just got my heart pumping, and the way that it looked, it's scary. They were on the balcony and they're falling, and how they still survive. It's crazy. I mean, I know they're dead and everything, but you would think they splat, they would be done for, but they still get up, broken legs and everything. I thought that was an interesting idea that we haven't seen, nor in The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead as of late, so that was a cool add-on. The walkers look beautiful, of course. That girl that was with Nick, the one that was like putting all the blood on her and everything, the way that she cut that zombie's throat and they put the blood on them, I thought that was really awesome. The makeup there. As well, the detail of when Alicia and Ophelia were in that bathroom and the hanging man, the way he's just so decayed so much, you can tell. And I don't know how long it's been into the apocalypse. Maybe it's been a few months at most. But you could tell he's just been there for a very long time hanging. Now, usually I don't like Madison, but this week I can make an exception. It was fun to see her get drunk with the tequila, and Strand too. We're seeing Strand like that. The chemistry that they have, the talking. Honestly, it was very fun to see. And what they were talking about too in their stories, I thought it was really cool. And Ophelia and Alicia were okay during the episode, but honestly, I rather would have had an hour talk of, you know, the Madison and Strand show. And again, Alejandro, the guy that's like, we are the chosen, the pharmacist of that little community that they have, he's bitten, and the makeup effects were good there too. We barely got to see it for a few seconds, but it's very interesting on how, I'm kind of interested, how did he survive? Does he have some sort of thing that makes him stay alive? What is it? What is that's keeping him alive? Because when you get bit, you die. I mean, I don't think there's immunes out there. I mean, everyone who's surviving is surviving out of survival skill, not out of some immune system and all that. So I'm very interested to see where the Alejandro character is being taken with that bite. But I could care less about the Alejandro one, as in just we're the chosen and like taking this cult with him. Now, I don't know if anyone noticed, but Nick and that girl, when they went to that shopping place and all that, the weird thing is they were covered with blood and all that, but when they left, or when they were getting near the town, when they were kind of already leaving that area, they didn't have the blood on them anymore, as in, like, if they totally showered, if they totally changed, but I don't think there was enough time for them to do that whenever they did. Like, when they came back to the place, they were already spotless, they were clean. I may be wrong about that, but if my eyes aren't crazy, they didn't have blood on them after a while. The blood was disappeared. Like if they never put it on them at all, the t-shirt and everything was clean and all that. I was thinking, is it a continuity error? Did they film obviously on different days and they didn't put the blood on them? It just, I don't know if it was just me noticing it, but if you go back and kind of watch it where they have the blood on and then they don't have the blood on, I thought that was kind of interesting and like, oh, that must be a little error. Honestly, some parts of this episode was slow-paced. Now, there were some great shots of when Strand and Madison then were driving on the beach. There were some really awesome shots that were very beautiful in the big resort hotel and everything. That was so beautiful. But the whole, that just were some slow scenes before they got to drinking, before Ophelia and them. Actually, Ophelia, like I said, Alicia and Ophelia were fine, but their scenes really didn't, you know, they were more slow, searching the hotel, knocking on doors, having the zombies there, so kind of like a Scooby-Doo game there. They were fine. I mean, I honestly would have rather in their time would have saw Travis and Chris where they're at, you know, include all of them in the episode. That would have been really nice. So I'm going to give Fear the Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 9, titled Los Muertos, a solid B. Now, there definitely was some great scenes this week, but it didn't get very intense or interesting until maybe the last 10-15 minutes of the episode. Again, the highlight for me was when the walkers were falling and all that. You know, Strand and Madison are they're screwed basically. How are they going to get out of this? Is someone going to save them? That was the big moment for me. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about this week's Fear the Walking Dead. Love to hear what you thought. Share with your friends. Hit that subscribe button for more. The road to 500 has begun. Till next time. See you next week. Bye-bye.